Hi, this is Frank Schaefer. I grew up in the religious right, ran away from that background where I was the nepotistic sidekick of the evangelist Francis Schaeffer, and for the last 30-40 years have been a progressive activist, usually voting for Democratic candidates of the left, and like so many other people have been in shock ever since Donald Trump became president, feeling that I'm really like Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass in a kind of a horrific dream that doesn't end. Today I just voted in the Democratic primary here in the little New England town where I live for Elizabeth Warren, and I did that on principle and also because I live in a state where she's a fine senator with a great track record. Today I want to say something that I hope resonates. You know, you're always risking answering questions that aren't being asked, but I think that it's worth noting on a day that I voted for someone in a primary that I will fight for any Democrat running against Donald Trump. If Bernie Sanders is elected, he can count on my wholehearted support in the general election if he becomes the nominee. And the same goes for every single person. Pete Buttigieg, Klobuchar, whomever. I wish that a couple of billionaires weren't trying to buy their way into the race, but so be it. I'll take them over Donald Trump. I'll take the clock on this tower over Donald Trump. I'll take anything that flies over me while I'm making this little video over Donald Trump. That's a no-brainer. And so I would appeal to every Democrat, every independent voter who is out there to vote for the candidate who you think would make the best president running as a Democrat. That said, let's not divide ourselves into factions where if it's not Bernie or Klobuchar or Pete Buttigieg, we lose enthusiasm. Just remember, no matter what happens, we have to stop Donald Trump having another 4 more years, having beaten his impeachment rap, now totally empowered with the lick-spittle Republican Party completely in his pocket. So in this little New England town where the tradition is of town meetings and self-government, against this old clock tower of a Methodist church behind me that's been here for a while, is a good place to remind ourselves that first and foremost we are Americans and we have a democracy. And we need to get that democracy back out of the hand of this authoritarian thug named Donald Trump. That's the priority. I like Elizabeth Warren, I like her policies, and I'm ready to fight for any other Democratic candidate that is nominated and wins with all my heart and all my soul in the general election. And so I state opinions now and then about Bernie Sanders or other candidates and drawbacks that I think they have in terms of maybe winnability. But let me tell you something. Whoever the Democratic candidate is that prevails will have my undivided attention and undivided support. And we could all be wrong about who we vote for in terms of the primary. But we know one thing for certain. If we don't fight literally to the last drop of our energy against Donald Trump in the general election, we have betrayed our country. Thank you. My name is Frank Schaefer.